President Joe Biden will honor veterans today. Joe Khalil is live for us this morning with more on what the president's schedule looks like this holiday. Joe, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Nick. So in addition to that, the president is going to be spending the holiday like many Americans do with his family. The Bidens are traveling to Nantucket, Massachusetts, which has become a bit of a tradition for the family. They have been there nearly every year since 1975. But the big question around the president this holiday season is going to be whether or not he comes to a decision about his own political future. Shortly after the midterms, President Biden answered a number of questions from reporters in which he said that he was going to be taking a step back this holiday season to talk to his family, to consider whether or not he was going to run for a second term in office. So there are a lot of questions about the president's future and whether he is actually going to come to a decision around this time. Here's what he said just shortly after the midterms.
My judgment of running when I announce my intention is that I run again, but I'm a great respecter of fate, and this is ultimately a family decision. I think everybody wants me to run, but we're going to have discussions about it, and I don't feel in any hurry one way or another to make that judgment. Today, tomorrow, whenever, no matter what my predecessor does.
So President Biden also just celebrated his 80th birthday recently. There are a lot of questions swirling about his age and his future. We should also mention that his last presidential opponent, former President Donald Trump, also announcing his intention to run. Trump himself would be 78 years old before the beginning of his term, should he win the presidency in 2024. Earlier this week, as has also become tradition, President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden spent a couple of hours serving meals to members of the military. He was traveling to North Carolina to a Marine Corps air station, and there the first family served meals to about 400 active servicemen and women and their families. That was shortly after the president finished up with another holiday tradition at the White House, which is pardoning the turkeys on the South Lawn. This year, the turkeys were chocolate and chip. Nick, that got the special pardon from President
Joe,
Biden.
I have one more hard-hitting question for you. If I have my math correct, this would be baby Selma's first Thanksgiving where she can eat grown-up food, correct?
That is correct. The first one where she's going to be eating grown-up food. She's a pretty good eater, so we are thankful for her and definitely for that as well.
Joe, happy Thanksgiving to you, Sharon, and baby Selma.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation in your cable lineup. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-based, unbiased coverage.